All right, classmates. So I wanted to give you some information about my professional development project for my PASL Task 2. So I really grappled with which topic I wanted to do for my project. At first, I wanted to do single gender because I work at a single gender school, but I decided to do something that was very important to me as a teacher, as an educator. And it's one thing that I believe um, moves a teacher from good to great, and that is building positive relationships in the virtual classroom. So, the reason why I would want to do this is because in March, excuse me, when we had to transition to online distance learning, teachers had already established relationships with their students because they had already spent 7 months together. So, recently, our teachers have voiced concern that they'll have to begin in the fall with a whole new group of students, and the possibility of teaching them online for them is a bit scary. They'll need some tips and tricks on how to build those positive teacher student relationships while working in a virtual classroom. So, people have asked why. Why is building positive teacher student relationships so important? Well, per Robert Marzano, positive relationships between teachers and students are among the most commonly cited variables associated with effective instruction. A weak or negative relationship will mute or even negate the benefits of even the most effective instructional strategies. So, to me, that's one of the most important things a teacher can do for their student is to build positive relationships. So, some of the data and research that I conducted was I used some of the surveys that my district gave out or pushed out to our teachers and students, and there were some parent surveys at the end of last school year after or during the pandemic. I also looked at some academic progress across contents. I looked at classroom observations from teachers and from our instructional coach or our academic facilitator, is what we call them in Grand Prairie. I also looked at multiple articles from scholarly journals, magazines, blogs, etc. So the type of PD model that I'm going to use is the collaborative and cooperative PD model. This professional development will be part of a series of online trainings that will help teachers find strategies for connecting with students and their families. I want them to be able to build a positive classroom culture and to reflect on their own teaching styles in regards to classroom management within the virtual classrooms. I do believe that fostering positive relationships is a key to classroom management. And per some of our data, I think some of our teachers would really improve on their classroom management if they took this PD. The PD will be peer coached during PLC time. Each training would be no more than 1 hour. I believe some trainings do not need to be more than an hour. If anything, I can try to condense it to about 45 minutes, but 1 hour is the time that I would like the training to be. I would have those teachers on campus who have fostered great relationships with students before and after the pandemic, as well as those teachers who are tech savvy and moved into this season of virtual learning seamlessly to lead the professional development. How am I going to measure this PD or the effectiveness? I would like our teachers to have some takeaways after the PD. I would like them to create an online classroom culture plan for the first weeks of school. This plan would include course expectations and syllabus, a personal video biography so that their students can learn more about them. I would like them to have a instructor created content video in which they are teaching a content and recording themselves teaching. I would like them to have a scheduled one-to-one student meeting schedule, whether it be on their calendar or something like that. I want them to be able to meet with their students one on one, especially during the first weeks of school, and also fun virtual icebreakers and team building games. So at the end of the PD, they'll be able to take away all of these tips and tricks and deliverables that they can transfer directly into their online classroom.